overwhelming likelihood is he
Gentlemen,
wins.
first leg, Michael to throw first. Game on!
Yeah, Reyes certainly lost to Van Gerwen with a very, very healthy average at Ali Pali.
A record average at the time.
Well documented.
81.
A record that lasted just a matter of days.
True.
But there are just, I think, one or two signs that Reyes is just getting them, well, I'll say getting the measure of Michael Van Gerwen, but he comes into this, I think he's got no reason to be perturbed or overawed. They've met on several occasions, and okay, Van Gerwen's totally bossed the head-to-head, but in terms of, he's getting closer, he's moving in the right direction, Cristo Reyes.
I believe so, into the top 32 in the world, a feat not achieved by any other Spanish player. He did win their first meeting, Cristo Reyes. That was quite a long while ago. He's lost the 6 since then. Apart from
25.
He kind of gets a win in that column because he was due to face him at the UK Open and Michael Van Gerwen didn't turn up, so he got a bye. I'd claim that as a win against MVG.
That's absolutely fine by me.
And in Hildesheim, he did have chances against Michael Van Gerwen. He didn't convert them, but he did have chances. Had he taken a couple more of them, it would have been a very different game.
Van Gerwen's first 9 average yesterday, by the way, was also the highest of the day. No surprise, 116 and a bit. And this for a 1-0 lead.
Game shown the first leg. Michael Van Gerwen, second leg, Cristo to throw first.
These two playing for the right to meet Raymond van Barneveld in the last 8 this evening. The quarterfinals getting underway at 7 o'clock local time.
140.
Yeah, everything done on these final days of the Euro Tour as per the draw bracket. So Michael Van Gerwen, they flip it with each event. So Michael Van Gerwen, he's always the number 1 seed. Sometimes he's the first on, sometimes he's the last on.
Never in between.
No, well, no, not really.
Maybe one day he'd like to be.
81.
Just the comparatively pedestrian average of 106 at the moment, following that 14-dart opening leg. Nowhere near the 110 we saw. John Michael of Greece.
Reyes kicked off his campaign by beating Mervyn King 6-5. You just wonder how much took out of him. He was taking the distance by the King.
Needs another to leave a finish.
138.
Doesn't get it. He was trying to leave the 170. He does that on regular occasion, Michael Van Gerwen. Reyes will be happy with a ton now.
60.
Not quite got it though. So MVG, well, he's going to do the same thing again, isn't he? Double 18.
140.
Oh no, went for the 180. Curious decision. So Reyes, 20 for tops, only going to get the 1 dart for a holder throw and to level the game, and you can't afford to miss these chances.
60.
And that's exactly what's happened. Van Gerwen is ready to strike, and strike he may well do.
48.
Not on this occasion, and the MVG dismissive flick of the wrist.
Yeah, didn't like that one bit, did he? So Reyes back on the hockey, looking at double 10 here to level the match at 1 apiece.
Game shot, the second leg.
Which he does.
Cristo Reyes, third leg, Michael to throw first.
Couple of quarterfinals this year on the tour for Cristo Reyes.
134.
Semi-final is the best he's done in a PDC ranking event. Of course, he did win the whole Worlds qualifier. That was way back in 2014. The 26th of October 2014 is when he won the Iberian qualifier for Ali Pali. He went on, of course, to make the last 16. That was when first anybody had heard of him. Since then, so 2.5 years, he's won £155,000 in prize money. Not bad going.
Not bad going at all.
And he's going to add to that, you feel, because he has made steady progress up the rankings and in terms of his results. Going gradually further and further in tournaments. Worrying the best players in the world, sometimes beating them. Wants to stay on the treble 20. Oh, fires one in.
34.
Gives himself a little sniff of an opportunity. 134 isn't happening for MVG and Cristo Reyes. Can he fire in a maximum finish?
170.
This would inconvenience Michael Van Gerwen if he did, but he won't. Yet to make the quarterfinals of a Euro Tour event, Cristo Reyes, he's been knocking on the door. He's made the third round on a few occasions. 18s again.
40.
And once again, he's off target
Cristo,
with the
you
18s
require
too.
74.
Missed a couple of darts at it in the previous leg, and Cristo Reyes to break the throw. Lovely dart, double 16. And Cristo Reyes does not miss this time, and it is a break of throw.
Yeah, his finishing at times yesterday did catch the eye, I thought, with that match against Mervyn King. He was 6 from 13 in his doubles overall, but there was a Shanghai finish on 20s. There was a very timely 1-1-3 check out as well, just to shift the balance of power in that match, you could argue as well. You know, Mervyn King was not an easy opening opponent for Cristo Reyes.
41.
Not an easy opponent at any stage of a tournament.
You know, when you seeded 16, you're looking for a favourable draw, but to get Mervyn King, who's
60.
just outside the top 16 on the Pro Tour order of merits, he's actually ranked above Reyes in the world rankings.
Yeah, Cristo looking to hang on to this number 16 seeding to make sure that he does remain entering at the second round stage of these European Tour events.
And if he hangs on to the 16th bracket too much longer, he'll keep on facing Michael van Gerwen.
Well, that's true. He'll want to move up.
He'll want to move up and onwards.
100.
Don't worry, Dan, I'm not going to go on about that again. Just pointing it out. When you get a cluster of events like this now, you will get a lot of repeat encounters. We had one in Hildesheim.
Well, move up and down the rankings then if you don't want to face him.
I've just said.
MVG's going nowhere.
Having said I wasn't going to mention it, I've just got to mention it.
Well, look, Cristo Reyes has left himself a Shanghai finish. You say he took one out in the previous game. If he can take one out right now, he goes 3-1 up on the world number 1. And MVG may only get a dart at the bullseye, if he returns to the board. Cristo Reyes not going to get a go. So does he look at tops here?
60.
Well, he just sort of half went for it. Trouble 17. Doesn't get it. Reyes is going to come back. 2 darts for a 3-1 lead.
Cristo, you require 60.
Now then, Spartan.
What have you got?
Game shown
There's your answer. He's got double 20. He's got a 3-1 lead. And just 1 or 2 echoes here, Dan, of Michael van Gerwen's third round defeat by Darrell Gurney in Hildesheim when he was last up. When he had to wait around in the afternoon session on day 3 that day in Hildesheim. He lost to Gurney in the last 16. He's last up today as well, and he's in trouble once more.
Well, look, Michael van Gerwen is obviously the best player in the world. That is beyond dispute.
99.
And you have to look at his results. However, he won the Masters, he won one of the UK Open qualifiers, and he won in Milton Keynes on the Pro Tour.
96.
So they are the only titles he's won this year. I know that seems ridiculous, that 3 titles are only titles, but Michael van Gerwen was winning half the tournaments he entered last year.
134.
And he's won 3 out of 10, which isn't quite the same strike rate. He's lost to Willie O'Connor this year. He's lost to Darren Johnson this year. Lost to Peter Wright a couple of times.
93.
Richie Edhouse, Steve Beaton.
88.
Could he lose to Cristo Reyes today?
He could do with this.
Game shot in the 5th leg.
Yeah,
Michael van Gerwen,
at this
6th leg.
stage of 2016, he had 8 titles to his name. This time around, he has only 3.
I'm not saying this is a crisis in the MVG camp. Just saying that it is not quite as dominant as it has been. But then again, when you start questioning MVG, that's usually when he starts doing things to shut you up.
You could look at that another way, though. He holds every major apart from the UK,
85.
which he was unable to defend.
And the Champions League of darts, an inaugural event, but a non-ranking one.
Yeah.
96.
But he did win the Premier League.
Yes, and
So
he's currently top of the table.
To balance that as well. So, yeah, you can look at it any number of ways.
100.
And he is averaging 105. And he's stolen the darts. And he's looking to batter Cristo Reyes all over the offie.
And beware an angry and an inconvenienced Michael van Gerwen.
98.
Won't be any surprise for Cristo, though. He knew this was coming. It's Michael van Gerwen. Double 14. And there we go. 12 darter, followed by an 11 darter.
7th leg, Margaret to throw first. Game on.
Double 14 again for MVG.
140.
There you see, Michael van Gerwen just taking his time to get into this game, but now that he has found his range and rhythm, can you stop him? Because he does go on these runs. He has these successions of legs where he just keeps on firing in big trebles and taking out checkouts with relative ease. And you have to do something special to stop him. Often you have to find a 12-dart leg. Even a 12-darter sometimes isn't good enough, because if he goes out in 12 on his own throw, you've got to find a 9. Cristo Reyes has thrown a couple of 9-darters in his PDC career, but you can't bank on them turning up every time MVG is on a 12-darter.
39.
Especially on the Euro Tour.
Not quite.
6-3 when they met in Hildesheim last month. Could happen again. Reyes will want to just prolong this for as long as he can. He's in position again here, Reyes.
Yeah, well, just an extra treble on that last visit would have made a huge difference, because there's no guarantee he gets a dart for the leg.
121.
But he is going to get one now, surely.
11s.
Oh, he's missed the big number. He wanted the 11s. He's hit the 14s. And that costs Cristo a dart for the leg. And MVG sat on double 18. The one thing that Cristo can perhaps take from it is Michael van Gerwen is not very good on double 18 so far in this game. He's relying on him missing again.
3 for double 8 then, but van Gerwen.
Game shown the 7th leg. Van Gerwen, 8th leg, Cristo to throw first.
Van Gerwen is just so good at doing that, just punishing the error from Reyes there that just has been accentuated a millionfold.
Well, again, what was needed there was a 12-dart leg from Cristo Reyes. Gave himself a chance of getting it.
93.
Was unable to give himself a dart for it in the end, because he missed the 11 that he was after that would have given him one at bullseye. And unfortunately for Cristo, he knows he's been in this position. You miss chances like that, and MVG will just continue to batter you. He's going about his business. He's being allowed to play exactly how he wants now. He was 3-1 down, Michael van Gerwen, and then turned on the afterburners. 12-darter, 11-darter, 14-darter. But this is what he does, and he does it on a regular basis. When his back is to the wall, he can produce his best darts, and it is an incredible talent to have. We've seen him win games from seemingly unwinnable positions. I'm thinking about, say, the European Championship against Gary Anderson a couple of years back, won the last 4 legs to win it in the decider.
And he's more than stolen the darts here as well in this 8th leg.
Cristo's not going to leave a finish either, so Michael van Gerwen for a 4th consecutive leg. He'll take a ton now, and he's going to get a ton.
100.
Yeah, and there's a bit less anger in Michael van Gerwen as he strolls to the board there, and a little bit more satisfaction. He believes that this job is half done.
59. Michael, you require
the Spartans' resistance broken. Double top for MVG, and that's a 13-darter.
Michael van Gerwen, 9th leg, Margaret to throw first. Game on.
4 legs on the bounce now for Michael van Gerwen. He's 1 away from a meeting with Raymond van Barneveld this evening. 96. What an encounter that could well be.
Well, MVG is averaging almost 108 for this game, almost 109 for the tournament, and that is despite a rather sluggish start by his own standards, where he found himself 3-1 down. But you just can't rule him out at any point of the game. Other players would have crumbled. But MVG just finds better stuff. He may be about to average 110 for the 2nd game running. He may be about to average 110 for a whole tournament. He's quite capable of doing it. And look at this.
It's relentless. It's absolutely relentless from Michael van Gerwen. Back-to-back 180s. He's down to, well, within touching distance of another 11-dart leg hit. And Reyes is just struggling for breath.
What do you do to stop this man? Because he had a 3-1 lead, Cristo Reyes, and Michael van Gerwen has just turned it on. And he has left him in the dust. 12-darter, 11-darter, 14, 13, 11. Michael van Gerwen has put on a 5-game spurt there